mean, we really have gone however many hours of essentially non-stop talking. I think this was beneficial for all of us.
It's
therapy.
It's talk therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to Isn't It Obvious with Philip, me, the host. And joining me today is...
Philip, me, the guest. And Philip, her, the other guest.
The lizard.
You assholes.
Anyway.
Anyway.
So your name, Phil. Suck it.
Philip, not Philip.
Damn it.
Phil. Livio.
I can't. The I and you are right next to each other.
Okay, Hermione. Jesus fucking Christ.
All right, Micah and Sera, thank you for what it is that
For
it is.
being here. Yeah.
For existing.
Just existing.
Isn't it obvious that Christmas is for children?
Christmas.
All right.
Christmas
yes.
is for hope in the dreariest, most miserable time of year. Not just for children. It's for the people who can't handle the dark and the cold.
Why do you phrase it in that way, Phil?
Because the thing that I wanted to bring up is that this isn't my obvious observation. I didn't have one for today. And I was like, oh man, I don't have any good ones. And
I
so,
almost had that as my topic. Isn't it obvious that this is not the most wonderful time of the year? It is actually the worst time of the year.
No.
Yes.
It is indeed the most wonderful time of the year.
I fucking hate winter.
When you're in the middle of winter, you will take account of what you are actually grateful and thankful for in your pursuit of surviving the winter that humans should not be in.
But it's not the middle, is it? We're not in the middle of winter. This is like the beginning of winter.
No. Isn't the December 20th winter solstice? Which is the longest day of the year? So that would be the middle of winter?
Shortest day of the year.
The winter solstice
Longest
is December 21st, right? It's
Yeah.
the
Something like that.
21st.
I think it's
Usually.
the meteorological start of winter.
Usually it's around the 21st.
No, when you have winter solstice, that's our furthest from perihelion.
Yeah, but just because it's the day that we have the least light doesn't mean it's the day it's the coldest either.
No, but it is the day that we have the least light, and we are, diurnal creatures, and we need light.
So would that be considered midwinter or the start of winter? That's the real question.
I'll say midwinter, because that's like the peak of winter, and then you go back.
The solstice is not...
It ends up being the peak of winter
Is it-
because it's the least amount of daylight, and we care most about daylight.
No, we care
Let's
more...
think about Sunday.
No. I think, maybe you care most about sunlight, and that makes a lot of sense because
Have you seen how white I am? I give no shits about the sun.
the sun is amazing. I don't like the sun, but
It's a burning inferno of
If there's
radiation.
anything that's worth worship on this planet, it is the sun.
it's not really on this planet. Okay, so...
The sun isn't on the planet. Anything that is worth worship on the
I
planet.
can make a real hard
People
argument for the
worship-
moon. Because the moon changing is way more reflective of how humanity experiences
It's interesting
life.
that you used the word reflective when it's the sun that's reflected.
Was part of my point.
Yeah, okay.
But the moon is way more important as a source of light than the sun is.
Disagree?
It's how we understand we're on spherical Earth.
Tides go in, tides go out. You can't explain that.
If we didn't have a moon, just women would be menstruating all the time. You need that extra gravitation.
Oh my fucking
couldn't
god!
I couldn't even finish
You
that
couldn't
one.
finish that. And that's
Talking
amazing. That's,
right out of his fucking...
that's the first time I've seen Micah break.
That was...
Like, he saw my, beginning to eye roll.
I don't need you to threaten murder against me again.
He's like, I can't even finish this line of bullshit.
It was very funny.
Oh, man.
No, it's not my original observation. I took it from the editor because I was like, I don't really have a good one. She's
So,
like,
for
isn't it
children.
obvious that Christmas is for children? I was like, oh, yeah.
It absolutely is in the fact that it's not a religious holiday anymore. It is a consumerism holiday. And it is spurred on by parents giving their kids whatever. And a means of justifying that type of spoilage as opposed to, not buying it throughout the year unless you have those means. So
That's clever.
it is there because towards the end of the year, it's a means of guaranteeing compliance with your children.
Yeah.
It's a threat.
Is it?
Nobody
God,
ever
it
gives...
seems like a horrible thing to do to a child.
Well, I mean, it's what our parents... I'm assuming it's what most parents do. I mean,
Not mine.
The
I really wish more parents would give coal, because that'd be a great, proper built-in deterrent.
Although I guess it didn't really help that I was a skeptic even as a tiny child. I was
Oh yeah, being 11, being like, wait, this thing's a cult.
11. I was like, I don't know, 4, and I was doubting.
Oh,
Wow,
holy
Like
Christmas.
I don't think I
holy crap, man!
No, but
I
like with
never-
Santa Claus?
Yeah,
no,
I never.
Really? I believed in Santa Claus when I was like 6. And then after that, when I saw, I was like, that's my dad wearing a beard.
But
I don't think I ever really.
You at
believed
4 were like, yeah,
I
that's
was
bullshit.
like, this is bullshit. I didn't believe in the Tooth Fairy. I didn't believe in any of that.
I do like
Easter
the mathematics.
Bunny?
I watched a breakdown of the Santa Claus films with Tim Allen,
Mm.
where Tim Allen inadvertently causes Santa to slip off his roof and then instantly die. So then Tim Allen robs this newly still warm corpse to put on his jacket, and then he becomes Santa Claus. It's a horrible film.
It's also kind of gross.
Yeah, there's a lot of other things wrong with that movie. Number one being Tim Allen.
Yeah, well,
But-
there's that.
They did the breakdown, and if you assume that like a quarter of the children on the planet, and assume that there's a billion children on the planet at any given time, and a quarter of them are in the vein of a capitalist society or are Christian in which they believe in what Santa Claus does, that's still 250 million kids. And if you average it out to how long it takes to go down the chimney, give the gifts, go back up the chimney for
Don't
each
forget
of
eating,
those 250
don't
million.
forget eating the cookies.
Yep.
Yeah.
Drinking the
And
milk.
all that,
Kissing mommy.
Every Christmas would be 15,000 years for Santa.
Yep.
Wow.
Because time is a bitch.
15,000 years? It's like
All
a
in one night.
biblical punishment.
Yeah.
Right. And it's just, his benefit for that is 3 months off, and then he starts the cycle over
Right.
again
Yeah.
until his 15,000 year day.
Yeah.
Oh, good. That poor soul.
But like, when you
That
apply
would be
any
eternal
logic...
damnation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, it's Sisyphus.
Yes.
Just rolling
up
that bag of
exactly.
things up, and he's like, I'm
the
done!
roof.
No! As it all falls downhill again.
All the cheap wooden toys.
That my slave elves built for me.
Which
Dental benefits.
I would suggest watching that video, because you're just like, oh, this is meant to be a kid's movie.
They thought this was
This is bad.
funny.
This is so bad.
This is creepy.
I have to interject this line of thought because you mentioned Cole, and today, as a recording today, it's a little bit before
Yeah,
Christmas.
December 3rd, 2020. 2021 is going to be way better than 2020. We'll get through this pandemic. People will realize the error of the ways. I mean, Joe Biden won the election. There's no way people are going to do like an armed insurrection in order to keep Donald Trump in office. I mean, that's mind-blowing, right?
Yeah, and I'm not like going to make a terrible prediction that Trump MAGA supporters are just cosplaying. You shouldn't have any type of fear because they're just, just pretending, and there's no way that they're going to actually do anything bad.
They wouldn't give up their comfort for the sake of installing an orange orangutan back into the Oval Office for the sake of his corporate overlords. That would never happen. They're not that dumb.
And as far as December 3rd, 2020 goes, I'm pretty sure that vaccine, everyone's going to want to take it. It's free. It's available
I mean,
everywhere.
we're starting. I get the initial hesitancy. It seems very quick, but I mean, there have been 8 million, 9 million? Like, we have 9 million case studies, and like, sure, we had a bit of clotting issues, but that was only for women, which is the same type of clotting issues as normal birth control.
And the thing is that there's no way that people are going to take off-branded, not for human use medicine in lieu of a free vaccine that's not possible. There's no way.
And potentially die because they ended up not, converting it from like horse-sized pills to human.
I was.
It's just
doses.
impossible.
Yeah,
It's just
in my
fantasy
hometown,
talk
there
here.
was a Fleet Farm, and I saw this thing called ivermectin for horses. It was a dewormer to get rid of parasites.
Yeah.
I couldn't
I thought
imagine people would use that to get rid
viruses,
of
I
a
mean,
virus.
yeah.
Not
They're
in December
basically
3rd, 2020. This is just not possible.
No.
Everything's looking up here. There's nothing that can go wrong. Everything looks just right
Hey,
and just.
2021.
Inflation won't double. No.
No.
My fucking heat bill won't also double.
Yeah,
no.
The economy was just going to be nice, even keeled, and the markets are going to be great, and people can afford housing. And
Joe Biden is going to live up to his promises he made on the campaign trail
I'm
of
sure.
forgiving
All of
student
those.
loan debt and keeping child tax credits in
it's
place.
in the bag. I
Yeah.
foresee that within
So
easily the next
He's never
12
going to
months.
give that up. Everyone's going to see how good bet it is.
There's going to be a real infrastructure bill and a Build Back Better. It's going to happen.
Merry Christmas to all those children. Yep.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, yeah.
Whose parents have less stress because the kids will get fed.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
they'll have money to pay
As opposed to a
their-
tax break, it's being a
their
monthly
electric
thing, which is way
bills
easier to
and-
budget around,
Yep.
and like all these things that just make sense. God,
Yeah,
2021, it's gonna be great.
They'll
I
have
know.
all sorts of gifts this year.
Wait, hold on. Why is my note saying it's December 6th? Oh my God!
It's actually 2021.
Worst timeline
December.
ever.
I was going to talk about Afghanistan, GameStop stock. There's going to be so much more. I have time.
Dogecoin! Oh my God, Dogecoin!
Elon Musk. So
many
much
things.
more. Tornadoes in December.
In December.
In Minnesota?
Labor laws.
In EF2? In Minnesota? In December?
Yeah.
Oh, we are not in a state of ecological collapse.
Oh
Nope, not at all.
no. Climate change is
Great.
definitely not a thing.
I used to think like Minnesota was gonna be immune to like the shit that was gonna happen with global
Yeah,
warming.
me too.
But,
Yeah.
oh no, mid-continental warm, mid-continental cold. We're fucked on both ends.
Yeah, that tornado.
February is not gonna break freezing. Like
Oh shit.
0.
Yeah, that tornado in December, by the way. Holy crap, that was weird.
Yeah, it was weird hearing. I mean, I've heard thunder in the winter before.
Thunder
but-
snow. Occasionally.
There's some
It
snow
happens.
thunder, but like thunder with horizontal rain
Yeah.
Yeah, and
in
like
December.
potentially 80-mile-an-hour winds. Like,
Yeah, that's
Okay.
really.
There's like 110 clocked in Iowa.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, I agree with you, Micah. I thought in the year of December 1st, 2021, that we would be at least insulated from all of the troubles you'd expect from global warming.
Fucking shit.
Although I did really like on Thursday that the flash freeze apparently didn't have too much of an impact. Because I was very worried after that rain. And the fact that it went from 50 degrees at like 8 o'clock at night and 6 o'clock in the morning was 20. That
Yeah.
just everything would be ice.
Yeah, luckily.
Well, turns out water is pretty, like, it stores heat pretty well. So.
Yeah, that warm
Also, I'm
December
guessing-
rain.
As
Yeah,
soon
the-
as the sun came back out, it was...
But also, I'm guessing the trucks were out and
Yeah.
were amply
Yeah,
salting
yeah,
in the AM,
yeah.
which raise a drink to those guys.
I mean, gotta say, Minnesota probably has the best plow system.
At the cost of our road quality.
I mean, we've like
We keep them clear, but shit gets bumpy.
You know
We're
what,
better than
though?
Illinois.
I was gonna
I
say,
mean,
yeah.
we actually take
Except
pretty
for Chicagoland.
okay.
Chicagoland's pretty good.
We take pretty okay care of our roads considering the shit we do to them.
Yeah.
I've been down south and they do not take care of the roads nearly as well as we do. Like, you want to talk potholes? Yeah, it was not good.
Our highways are fine.
Yeah.
Side streets, on the other hand,
Yeah, they get a little.
they get dicey.
Yeah, it's a bit.
What was our topic?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Christmas.
Christmas for kids.
Christmas for
children.
kids. So today, as of the recording of December 2021, we're just a few days away before Christmas. I was playing this game with the kids, which was it's called The Word, and then Christmas edition.
Bird
So
is the
I'm
word.
gonna
Bird is the word. Yeah.
so I'm gonna think of a thing that's related to Christmas, and then they have to guess what it is. I give them a clue. Terrible at
So
it.
it's I Spy, but Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay.
So one of them was actually cool, right? Because I was like, oh, this is hard or whatever. And they couldn't get it. Like, they don't teach kids that naughty kids don't get gifts.
Because that's fucking terrible.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, it's-
Jesus, it's crazy.
I think that's a reflection of our society where we don't teach the punishments for actions.
Yeah, because they aren't. You're right, because they aren't rosy and golden and whatever.
Yeah.
Because like people like it's like the Facebook thing. You don't air your dirty laundry on Facebook because everyone wants to see your perfect life, right? No one wants to see the hard reality of it.
Or if you air your dirty laundry,
And so that's people
make fun of it
they
because
make
you're
fun of
airing
it,
your dirty
or,
laundry.
or they tell you off for it. They say
But-
this isn't the place for that, and you're
The-
just like, okay,
You
but
need to learn some gratefulness.
yeah,
The
and then
one
you're just like,
thing-
thanks, I'm glad I can share this with no one.
Nah.
Cool.
But to bring it to politics, where one of the major talking points on the right about how our culture is changing is like everybody's participation trophies and everybody like
No,
it's like action doesn't have consequence and we don't teach consequences for actions.
yeah.
I think we need to teach consequences for actions. I think coal is more kids should get coal because there is that anticipation and that letdown of taking out a piece of hardened carbon, and that is meant to be your gift.
I would have been like
is
thrilled to
self-reflective.
I would have been thrilled to get coal, honestly,
Okay.
because I love rocks. I love I like rocks. It would be cool to get coal.
But what if it was a coal in a box of a commercial good you wanted.
I have to tell the story now. I'm going to interject.
All right, no, go ahead. Tell
It's
us.
fine. I was on a tangent.
So I was telling my son and daughter, so this is...
Sven and Sven.
Sven. I was like, look, it's coal. You give naughty kids coal. And they had no idea of this. And then the editor started laughing. And she's like, oh, like I gave coal to my brother, your uncle, for a Christmas gift. And then they were like, what? And I heard this story before, but I didn't hear it in full detail. The editor, years before, found coal in Michigan on a family trip, saved it, hid it. Waited, wrapped it in a box. The whole present, years later, apparently, allegedly, and just said, "Here, brother, Merry Christmas,
you horrible human being, you."
And she's like the oldest, right? And it's to her younger brother. And I was laughing my ass off. Like, what type of? Like, I thought it like.
Here's one thing I'm curious
Oh my god.
What's his recollection of that story?
Not good. He was not happy about it. He was like, he was not a fan. Like, I think now he's still kind of like, what the hell, man?
Right.
But it's not like as stingy. But yeah, like she built, according to her, she said that he was not a good boy that year.
Oh.
So she on the behalf of Santa.
Does he remember the other gifts he got that year? Or is that coal just ingrained?
Yeah,
sure, I got a Nintendo, but like, I got this chunk of coal.
That he still remembers it. Like I don't remember all of my gifts, only a few of them, but he remembers that one.
Yeah.
The foresight of this is so disturbing.
I don't. No.
That's totally.
That's why you married the editor.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That type of thought is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I
That's
absolutely.
very, very much editor.
Yes, This is a thing that's great.
I 100%
I have so
behind
much
that.
more respect for her now.
Yeah, but I was like, holy
And it was,
shit, man.
It was up there. Now it's just like,
Yeah,
It's God to your level.
So
it's idolized in Fallout New Vegas.
there's no I think for Christmas for a grown-up is funny because as I get older and as my parents get older, they seem to like Christmas more so than I do with the kids. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the things that they want to see are things that they remember what they did when they were kids or when their kids were small.
I agree with that. One of the great aspects that both of my parents talk about is my dad, because he only has the 2 grandchildren in town. His other grandchildren from my other brothers are of adult age now, but he gets to go around and be Santa to his great nieces and great nephews, and they talk about that way more than they talk about whatever we do on Christmas.
Wow.
To the point where on Christmas Eve, after dinner, my mom and him will go out to her siblings' houses where they have their grandchildren, and he gets to be Santa. And they get to see that excitement out of these 4 or 5-year-olds.
Yeah.
As, me and my brothers drink. Because we're adults, and that's what you do on Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, that's the nice part about Christmas.
Yeah.
Is the hot cup of coffee or
hot cup of coffee.
Irish coffee.
No, 3/4 of a bottle of scotch. Come on, we're adults.
Yeah, if I was with my brother in
Not
Christmas
hot
time.
cocoa with Baileys.
Oh God, yes.
No,
yes,
straight scotch out of a thimble cup, which means I didn't drink that whole bottle. I only drank a thimble.
I think I just had
Multiple times.
I think I just had more decadent Christmases. That's all.
Well,
I didn't care for
I
the
did
gift-giving.
mention one of my life goals was never to move back to my hometown because it's cripplingly depressing.
Yeah.
Right.
So what
Scotch
do you
helps.
guys remember? What is your most poignant memories of the Christmas holiday, whatever season?
Opening a gift that I got from my brother, but because I was such a selfish, spoiled child, I ripped it open without seeing who it was from. And it was a yellow Nike sweater, which probably very fine. But I said, in all confidence I had at however dumb fuck I was, I don't really like Nike. And I looked over to my brother who gave it to me and his face. And that's when Christmas died to me.
Yeah. You got because if it's from your parents, it's kind of yeah.
I thought it was a random Santa gift.
Yeah.
But it was.
My
but
bad. I meant your happy, fun holiday
No,
memories.
I don't have happy holiday memories.
Oh, jeez.
What about you?
Again, reason why I don't go going to my hometown.
Sarah,
I don't have happy memories.
What is like the quintessential Christmas opening?
Well, I've got quite a few good memories.
Jealous.
Mostly, if it was up at the White House, my grandparents' house.
Again, the Oval Office. You're just bragging so much.
Yeah.
We had a lot of Christmases up there. And everyone, we have a really big family. There was probably like 35 to 40 people at the time.
Holy shit.
In one house, and we all there was like 2 beds in one room, and like that was my generation of girls would sleep in that room.
Wow.
So we'd just like double up, and for dinner, my grandma would be like slaving away all day making whatever delicious foods,
but she was happy because she gets to make all this food for all of her grandchildren.
I have no
and
idea,
then complain
honestly.
to her children for the next 8 months about how much food she made for Christmas.
I don't know, honestly. I think she was just so tired and used to it. It's just not. It was nothing to make food. Like she had 11 kids growing up, so
Yeah.
not growing up, but like
That's the boomer generation.
Yeah,
They were.
so she had,
She's like, this
she had
is
11 kids, and that's just her life. She just was making that much food all the time, every day.
The nuclear family was using all of her energy to make more kids.
So
damn.
she made a feast for 30, 40 people, and there was only like one big table with all the leaves in. So like the adults would kind of mostly sit there in the living room, and then like there was the 17 cousins or whatever. There was like a table down in the basement, and I remember there was one year where there was like no room. So like there was like 4 or 5 of us younger girl cousins or whatever, and I guess Sam, my brother, and we were like in the fish room. The utility room. That's where we ate.
Oh, wow.
Where they cleaned fish and where the furnace was.
Oh my god.
So that's where we got to eat.
Wow.
This is a happy memory?
It was fun.
I think having
it was
a lot
a really full house.
Yeah.
And
Having
it
a
was
full house is charming.
And like a couple of our boy cousins, they would be like we'd force them to be last in line because they would literally put so many potatoes on their plates. Their plate. It would just be like just this mound of mashed potatoes and then meat and then whatever else they could fit on it. They really needed 2 plates, honestly.
Your plate is the base that you put the potatoes on because everything goes with
But
potatoes.
I mean, it's a good thing that we made so much food, and by we I mean my grandmother.
Holy crap.
They ate, I don't know, like 3 people's worth of food in one sitting.
They're growing boys.
There was also God, I don't really remember like any gifts. Like, I mean, I know I got some nice gifts, but I didn't really care about the. I liked making Christmas cookies with my aunties or my mom. That was fun. But I liked doing more of the activity things. I didn't really care about the gift stuff. Decorating the tree was more fun for me than opening presents, I think.
That's pretty cool that you had a lot of the cousins. I like the idea of having like a full house and just having frantic energy.
I mean, it was a lot. It was a lot for my lizard heart. But we don't do that anymore because everyone's kind of got their own families now. And
because we don't have those kind of families anymore.
That too. There isn't. This doesn't happen anymore.
Unless you're like a weird Catholic that only votes on a one-issue line, like you don't really have those anymore.
Yeah.
Go forth and prosper. And what do they call it? Not generate children. But
go forth and multiply.
Yeah,
Go
thank
forth
you.
and multiply. Yeah, that's the words.
Gross.
Yeah, thank you, Leviticus 3:37. That definitely holds
Arguably
out.
the worst book of the Bible.
2,000 years ago.
Yeah, right. 2,000 years later.
300. Yeah. Either way, it's too many years.
What about you, Phil?
We had these things for our Catholic church, Korean Catholic church, called like kyuwakes, where a bunch of families will join together. And I remember them distinctly for Christmas, even though we had our own special Christmas at home. But a bunch of children will be there, and then we would just play games like spoons and cards and stuff.
Fun.
And there'd be like a kind of like a potluck, and then there'd be like the priest would be there, and then they would do this little Catholic mass type of prayer thing, and then it just seemed fun. Like we would watch movies and play. Like that's where I learned how to play Monopoly, and I didn't really get along with.
Also, where you learned how to hate playing Monopoly.
Yes. I didn't really get along with all the other kids, but some of us were pretty close, and yeah, it was a fun thing. And then for Christmas, like the things I miss about Christmas is actually not like you're saying the presents or gifts. It was kind of like the whole, I don't know, the routine or ritual. So like I remember going to Catholic mass.
Food.
And then like the ash, all that stuff that you do, and you anticipate something joyful afterwards, and you get to hear good things. And it just dawned on me, it's like, well, of course they would do that. They're gonna get you while you're young, like cigarettes.
Of course, yep. They gotta give. They make you go through the motions, and then they reward you for your good behavior, and you associate the reward.
Yes.
With that good behavior.
But that's why more kids need coal.
That's why more kids do need coal.
I mean, technically, it is still positive reinforcement.
Yeah, you're still getting something. It's just that whole sense of anticipation leading to like.
There's nothing worse though than like buying a gift for someone, anticipating that they would like it, like your brother getting you the Nike thing, and then just watching their face fall like, I don't like Nike, or
whatever arbitrary things it didn't fucking matter.
Or thanks, Sarah. Thanks. This is really nice, and you can just see the like. I'm never gonna use
Sarah,
this, Mom.
If you don't like the ouzo, you can tell me.
I do like the ouzo.
Oh, okay, good.
It was very good. I've already made 3 cocktails out of it. So thank you.
I think that the why it's for kids probably is because when you're growing up, you can just buy the thing
whatever you want, yeah, because it's your money.
But it's also that bit of the excitement of the opening is part of it.
Yeah.
And that, because it's not however much you spent, it's not whatever the thing is, it's that whomever you're giving it to, opening it up, not knowing what it is, and that quick reaction is very invigorating. And
it is.
It's rewarding in itself with it.
Yeah. I
can see why it's for the kids, but it's also for the parents watching the kids. Like the parents get to, get their, end of year bonus checks or whatever. What are even bonus checks? Yeah, who gets those? No one gets those, not me. But like, I feel like that was a thing maybe. And like, so they have all this largesse that they can like go out and get good deals on Black Friday, wrap up the presents, under the tree. It looks nice. It's such a cool thing, and the kids get to like, can we open the presents?
Yeah, they're so excited.
They're so excited, and they have to look at it, and they have to, you're teaching them patience, but also greed. Anyway.
Yes.
And
patience
more,
and greed.
More greed than patience.
Yeah, more greed than patience. And then that day comes, and you just. Like as the parent, you're like, I get to give my children these cool things, and I get to experience this day with them. And so it really is for parents with children.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. It's not just for the children, it's for the parents with children.
I noticed that too with my
families. Christmas is for families, and the rest of us lonely people and lizards can just
friends of the family you choose.
It's true.
Phil, I know it's short notice. What do you want for Christmas?
Jeez, a new job.
Working on that. Do you want to?
Yeah. Do you want print shirts? Granted, the pay gonna be less.
Yeah, not gonna be enough to feed a family. That's for sure.
I was like, I'm gonna give. See, this is a problem. It's like Micah, I was gonna get you the Advance Wars 1 and 2 because that's my favorite game of all time.
I never played those.
It was delayed until May of
like on
next.
Switch?
Yes. It was supposed to be out in December. It was actually supposed to be out on December 4th, but it was delayed till May. So fuck you, intelligent systems.
Supply chain of something.
It's Fire Emblem, but fun. I like Fire Emblem though. I actually played that.
Three Houses was very fun.
Yeah,
it's the best Fire Emblem I've played.
I played
just because it was a lot simpler.
And Fates on the DS.
Oh
yeah.
Okay.
You know what game I'm looking forward to?
Stardew Valley sequel.
Yes, the Haunted Chocolatier. Oh my god!
Stardew Valley, the board game.
I can't. Not the same.
You can play it single player.
I know.
Stardew
Still not the
Valley.
same.
The movie.
I see a counter that you can just play it and just leave it up.
Haunted Chocolatier.
Cats.
I hope that comes out because
it will.
I swear to God, best game developer, like one man team developer, like in the entire.
Yeah.
He knows what he likes, and it's shocking that other people like what he does.
What do you mean it's shocking? It's
even the creator of Harvest Moon said that
it's
brilliant.
It's
a pretty good effort.
Brilliant!
Did you miss the part where my shocking had giant air quotes around it because I said it very dead? God, everything I say is deadpan. I need to work on that.
You do.
I was gonna.
Sorry, it's shocking that other people don't like what he makes.
See, you gotta be more like campy German.
But So you get Advance Wars, I'll get what's definitely going to be Triangle Project. Because they're never going to change that fucking name.
Yeah. And then I was going to lend you the Wii U to play the Breath of the Wild. I forgot to bring it.
Doesn't matter because I no longer have a TV, so...
Yeah, but the Wii U has a TV in it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
It's
and that's
the Switch.
that's actually how I played it.
You're right.
So, for most of it. Anyway.
Although, I do have a 40-inch television I'm not using. If you wanted a TV in which to play...
No.
Breath of the Wild needs a bit of grandeur.
Not on the Wii U. It's pretty...
I still think it needs grandeur.
I'm probably just gonna get a
Scale's real
new
nice.
monitor at some point.
Like, the Wii U, screen is 480i. Just saying. It's, kind of sad.
But that on 42 inches, it's still a lot more charming.
It is.
Than it on,
Yeah, no,
9.
the I played on the toast or whatever you call it.
Toast?
Because there was, the TV was always being used for other things.
Yeah.
So, and then eventually we moved the TV to the basement. So, anyway, that was what I was going to do, but I forgot to bring the thing, and then I didn't have Advance Wars, so I'll have to drop it off. And you can play Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. It's good. It's actually decent.
It's one of the best games ever made.
Yeah.
For current generation. From PS3 on, so 2009-ish, it's one of the best games ever.
Yeah, it's best game of the decade.
I'll be the judge of that.
All right, next episode.
Mm-hmm.
Philip gives his old consoles as gifts to people.
Well, it won't be a gift.
That's
It'll be
basically
a
my
lending.
gift to my brother is I buy all of the sports games every year and then play them for about a month until I get bored because I'm not playing them against someone who's sitting next to me, of which I can shit talk the sport we're playing, which I feel is a crux of sports playing, because I don't want to deal with the Nazis online.
Yeah, they're all terrible.
Oh, it's horrible.
They're all terrible. Not
So-
that I would know. I just assume.
So most Christmases are me giving the current year's sports game to my brother, and then the night before Christmas Eve, it's we're gonna do a draft. It's gonna be 4 hours. I'm gonna have so much fun, and you're gonna hate it. And then we're gonna play that over the course of 4 times over the next year, and then the next year we just do it over again.
Oh,
Gross.
I know, I'm horrible.
well, I have to add this because I think the editor won't forgive me if I don't. Christmas in Korea is weird because it's a couple's holiday, and Christmas in Japan is odd
same.
because they eat at KFC.
Yeah.
So
Fucking weird.
I guess Christmas everywhere is a
That
bit
cake.
different.
It's weird how Christianity and consumerism really pollute what the whole idea is, in which we're in the doldrums of the toughest time of year and just meant to be grateful for what we have.
Yeah.
For the shit that we want.
Yeah.
Because capitalism.
Well, I mean,
Capitalism.
also because people are terrible and don't know how to they just that message wasn't instilled. It just didn't stick. It was all about
It was. The fact that we don't teach about Krampus is
Yeah.
a clear sign that there once were consequences as to
Yeah,
why we need to survive through these doldrums of winter.
Yeah.
But now that's gone.
the story. Yeah, the story and the lore about the consequences has kind of disappeared.
And now
So, moral of the story, it is
to
obvious.
scare our children more.
Yep,
Yeah.
it is obvious that
Yeah.
Christmas is for children, but we need to instill the fear of the unknown in them.
And guilt for poor choices and bad behavior.
And even if they were good kids, give them a chunk of coal.
Catholicism's coming back.
With
No,
a vengeance.
The pandemic almost killed the Catholic Church. You fucking knock on wood. That it will continue to kill the Catholic Church.
That's what they said about the last pandemic.
Damn it, you're right.
Yeah. They only grow.
Ideas never die.
They just get
Keep
worse.
getting worse. Yep.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
For all the great Christmases that I've enjoyed.
Yeah. Same.
Crickets.
Micah with his mouth open and just nothing. Bye.
Bye.